I am.
Let's go. Let's go.
Boop, 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 boop. 3 points. What's going on? You know what? I can't lie, yeah. That intro
Goes with our intro.
That intro gets me gas. You lot didn't see,
It's
but I was doing
sick.
a little boogie. I was having a little boogie behind camera. But yeah, welcome back, obviously, to the football takeover for our instant match reaction. Obviously, Arsenal 1, Aston Villa 0. I'm obviously G Talks Arsenal, your host for tonight's show. And obviously, we've got 3 amazing guests and panelists joining us. First of all, introducing Geeks. How you doing, bro?
I am stressed, boys. I am annoyed.
Breathe.
I mean, we're 3 points up on. Did we get the draw there last year?
Yes, sir.
So we're 2 points up on last
2-2.
year. Okay.
Yeah.
So
no, I thought we got a loss there. I thought it was the only game.
Was that
one of the only away?
Was that a loss?
1-0? It was a 1-0 or 2-0 loss. I'm not sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
so then we've gained 3 points on last year, so that's a blessing. So yeah, boys. We'll
I mean,
into it.
that's all you can say, mate.
We'll chop it up. Dodzy, how you doing, Murph?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a cigarette, mate. I'm a little bit stressed. I'm not gonna lie. The season's back, bro.
And the football's back, man. Coach, talk to me. You're always cool, calm, and collective.
Yeah, happy we won, and I look forward to breaking this down with the boys. Clean sheet. Let's keep it moving, man. 3 points. That's all that matters at this stage of the season, especially with the transfer window open. Yeah, it's a bit of a madness. But happy.
Wicked. So we'll start obviously where obviously all the games begin, and that's about an hour and a half before kickoff. We got some early, pre-match news from the likes of Hand of Arsenal, which was nice. And then obviously the official starting lineup came out, and I think I got it spot on actually. Yeah, so we started with Raya in goal.
We did.
Arteta went with White, Mascara, Gabriel, and Calafiori. I was actually quite surprised that he didn't start with Konza, but I mean, given the context, I get it. Mikel Arteta does like to play it safe, so I'm not surprised why he didn't just drop Mascara straight away. And then he started with a midfield 3 of Rice, MLS, and Odegaard, and then the front 3, as many expected, of Solis on the left, Saka on the right, Kai in the middle. So that was the team, and I think all of us, pretty much, unanimously were happy with that lineup. I don't think there was any kind of real surprises or shocks. It was really good to see Bruno Guimaraes on the bench. That was really good, and obviously we'll get into his performance because boy was it good. Obviously I'm going to come to you geeks first. Obviously, I mean, how are you feeling? It was a bit of a rush start. Obviously, we just came on ourselves. We shared the link with you, and I could tell you was a bit flustered having just watched that. But yeah, what did you make of obviously the performance from kind of start to finish? How are you feeling now? Obviously, the final whistle's gone.
Okay, so I did have us down for a 2-1 win. Do you remember me saying? And I thought Arsenal would win by a goal, and we won by a goal. I knew it was going to be tight. My biggest concern. Do you remember my throwaway comment? I said I'm concerned about the refereeing of this game and the next one.
Yeah,
the refereeing of this game was absolutely shocking and
disgraceful.
Let me just pick up on a couple of points here. Maatsen and Matty Cash should never have finished the match because of the amount of yellow cards they should have picked up earlier in the match. And the referee didn't want to book them because they would have ran the risk of the second yellow. Now, we then get to McGinn. And McGinn, for the second week running, he's on a yellow. He should have conceded a penalty last week. This week, he shoulders Gabriel off the ball. And it's just like, what the hell is going on? And our wingers got clattered, and then Solis got a yellow for what?
Yeah,
nothing.
And it was the same as Gabriel's yellow last week. I was like, that was his first foul of the game or contact. It wasn't like a profound or anything like that. It was a foul. And it's like we're picking up these yellows, and we'll pick up these yellows with such ease compared to. And the reason why I'm worked up and I'm stressed, I remember the mid period of the Wenger years where we had 8 broken legs in 6 years.
Yeah, bloody hell.
We were soft. And the way that teams can go through our players, something bad is going to happen again.
Absolutely. Well,
It's disgusting.
Refereeing.
yeah. I mean, Brenny's obviously agreeing with you with regard to McGinn shouldn't have finished the game. In terms of the performance, what did you make of the performance, geeks?
Oh, go on, geek, go in.
Right, here I am. I was wanting to see an evolution from last season's system. I know that system delivered the title, but it's such a hard watch. These 1 goals, grinding, that sort of stuff. I felt there were too many players tonight that didn't perform. I felt Deck looked leggy. He's not yet. Ben White, possibly one of the worst games in an Arsenal shirt. Somebody needs to sit down with Kai Havertz and explain the offside rule.
Jesus is gone. Jesus is gone, and now he's doing it.
I would have yeeted that. I would have gone like when Marino came on and he was talking to him. I was hoping he was just conveying, "Don't keep," you know. Oh my gosh! I felt there was so much of our play that was disappointing, but we picked up the 3 points at Villa. So then it's that vindication of what we've just done. Yeah. But then I want to kind of focus on a couple of positives. I felt Mosquera and Gabby done what they needed to do at the back. Concerned for Mosquera coming off. Okay. I felt Bruno looked different class when he came on. And Ebbs. That was a nice cameo. He came on and he looked different. Kai, though,
I hope we're enjoying that on the left wing.
Yeah, but Kai, that is not it up front. He didn't win his aerial duels. He couldn't hold up play. He couldn't make simple passes. He was offside. I felt Saka had a very mid game on the right as well. And when you've got 2 of the 3 being that off, it's poor. I felt Martin Odegaard was improved. That wasn't his last season performances. I feel like Arteta hasn't yet been able to put his first 11 on the pitch. I think we're missing Timber. I think we're missing that reassurance that Konza will give us at centre back. Okay. And I felt Miles. There were a couple of moments when the game happened around him, but by and large, a good performance by Miles, you know, and so there's a lot of bright bits. I'm focusing on the negative because I was just so frustrated from the refereeing.
That's all good. Look,
I just feel there's a lot of improvement needed.
100% geeks. You're right.
These are instant match reactions, and this is not about reading from a script. This is about how every single one of us as genuine fans feel after the game. So that's absolutely fine. I just want to draw a comment because sometimes I like to include the Discord because I got it on the screen. Harry's JW, who's very outspoken, very, very opinionated, has put in the transfer chat. So Harry, make sure you get it in the match day, please. He said people need to remember that Villa Park is a scrappy game and a massive bogey team for us. How many times do we win or play well there? Take the points and run. I thought that was
summed up the game
for Harry as well. Definitely quite measured for Harry. So
Harry likes Fofana as well.
I know. I was like, what's going on?
How's that not a penalty either at the end?
Oh man.
Oh my God, geeks.
Now, Dodsy, I know, you know, head in hand right there. I know you.
That's how you watched the whole game.
You was WhatsApping throughout the game. I'll be honest, like I very rarely message in the game, in the Discord, in WhatsApp. I find it really hard to focus on the two. Dodsy, talk to us. Obviously, we've covered the lineup, but just like the general performance, anybody? I mean, how do you think we played? Any players that disappointed you? Any players that particularly impressed you with that performance?
Number one, I want to find out whether Gyökeres is shit in Arteta's office. Because that brother is
can't get a minute.
Gone, mate. He's gone. Literally, has anyone seen Gyökeres?
I'll be surprised if we get a here we go tomorrow.
Right.
Well, it's 25 hours left.
That's not based on any FT sources, but
because I'm telling you now, Havertz needed to be pulled like
at half time,
minutes, mate. 55 minutes.
Still didn't
even at the end of the game, the guy was dead on his feet. And bro, I don't know. Gyökeres is quite good looking. Maybe Arteta's wife's made a pass at him or something. I don't know, man. But he is not. He's not getting on the pitch.
Not.
So that is very telling for me. That's like, is that Arteta saying to the board, like, I'm not going to use this clown, sell him, I want something else? Is that Arteta not wanting him to get injured because he wants to shift him off if the Alvarez thing can materialize? Like, I don't know, guys. Like, Solis, I'm not going to hate on the guy. It's his second Premier League game. I'm not going to, well, I'm going to hate on him a little bit. He was fucking useless. Like, he was useless, like, today. Welcome to the Premier League. Matty Cash stuck it on him. You know, Coventry sat off of him. Matty Cash stuck it on him, and that's what he'll get in the Premier League. So he needs to harden up, toughen up, and get better. For me, I look, it's Miles. I love Miles. I thought he was slow on the ball. I thought he was slow at releasing the ball. I thought we had no urgency to get to progress for any progressive passes. You know, and I think Miles slows it down quite a lot. Bruno comes on, bang. He's looking for that pass. He's looking for that ball to go forward. He's looking for the movement. Him and Rice together look good. A bit worried that Rice looked like he was limping a bit when he came off, but we know what Rice is like. He'll be fine. I thought Ebbs looked good when he came on for a cameo. Bro, he's not a left wing, man. Like, we could play him out there. We can all lie to ourselves that we could play him out there. He's not a left wing, but he did very well when he came on. I know he played on the left for Palace, but we play a different game. In hindsight, the game was pretty perfect for Martinelli to come on. But hey-ho, that ship sailed. I thought Zubi did great when he came on as well. Like to see him getting tangled in tackles, getting up for it. So I mean, Conte didn't have much to do. Like you, I thought Mosquera had a good game. I thought Big Gabby had a decent game. I thought Calafiori had a good game as well. You know, that assist was really good. He doing what Calafiori does. But other than that, man, like it was just toothless. No pace up front. Havertz wants to play in the 10. We know that. And I don't see him making movement. You know, that ball that Bruno put through to him. I know he was offside. It was very close.
Beautiful.
I think Gyökeres puts that away. Like,
facts.
Dare I say it?
100%.
It's not even a thing, bro. It's the truth.
So, you know, for me, there's clear indication that Gyökeres is not favoured. So best we get
Bruno
off.
works with Gyökeres.
Oh, Bruno
100%.
sliding balls in like he was, mate. I'm telling you, I don't know what's happening there. So clearly, if that's the case, we need to get off our asses and do something in this window. It was in 24 hours, because we look toothless up front. Yeah, my assessment.
All good. I'll have my say, but I'll wait until Coach has had his. So yeah, Coach, what do you make of the performance? Any players particularly disappoint you? Anyone stand out for you?
Listen, it's all about winning at the end of the day. Like, if we played amazing and drew 0-0, like we used to do in the Wenger days, we would still be pissed off. So, I always say, just pick the right team, get the result. Ideally, it would have been nice to win by 2 or 3. Keep the clean sheet, and you've always got a chance to win the game. That's the old adage. That's what the old saying is, right? Defend well and take one chance, and you win the game. But just in the game, I just feel like the boys have said, we still haven't seen our first 11, a proper 11. I think we'll see that next week against Chelsea. Conser in at centre back. It's a bit of an excuse, inverted commas, now that Mosquera went down, whether it was cramp or a bit of tightness in his muscle. He'll now sit on the bench or be out for the next game. I think Bruno starts next week. I think Zubimendi will start to get more minutes now because he came back late as well. So don't be surprised if Rice plays next week for an hour and then Zubimendi and then Bruno finish the game off and with one of them starting. With Mars Lewis Skelly taking the bench, for example. And then up front, we know what we're going to get with Kai Havertz. We're going to get him 1 or 2 good games, 5 or 6 bad ones, 2 or 3 average ones, and so on and so forth. But if you're not going to score and finish your dinner, then you have to create and hold the ball up a little bit better than that. So this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to make this into a transfer show, etc. But this is why players like Kevin Charlie don't make sense, because he does exactly the same thing for Brentford. I've been watching him since he made his debut at Brentford. I've got a season ticket, as you all know. So for me, that does not improve our attack one single bit. With regards to Gyökeres, I honestly do believe that him and the manager have had a conversation to say, look, if Alvarez comes this way tomorrow or by the end of the window, we need to make sure you don't get injured, and we're going to have to keep you on the bench until the window shuts, basically. I have no doubt, and I know full well, this is my personal opinion, nothing to do with FT sources, that once the window shuts tomorrow and Victor Gyökeres is here, he will start getting his minutes, as we all want him to get his minutes. This is why the Premier League need to sort out the transfer window, because it just messes up with fans' emotions. It messes with players' mindsets. Man sitting on the bench because the transfer window is still open. And if Alvarez randomly changes his mind and says yes, he'll be on a plane to Atletico Madrid. And that's the reason why he hasn't come on today, because Kai Havertz deserved to get pulled after I would have subbed him at half time. He was that bad. How many, like Geek said, how many times was he offside? Jesus has left. He was the king of being offside. And he just took that mantle tonight. It's not good enough. Obviously, with Zolis, I think this kid's going to be a very, very good player. Again, like Robert Perez and all these legends of the club, it took him 6 months or whatever, but you're going to have, he will be consistently good. He'll have more good games than bad. Let's put it that way. And listen, Villa Park making your Premier League away debut, doesn't matter if Brighton beat them 4-0, they were always going to have a response, especially in front of their home crowd. First game of the season, they're going to be buzzing. They're Europa League champions. It was there for them to, play at a better level. And that's where I'll leave it, to be honest. It's nothing really much to analyze of the game. Like, we had 7 shots, they had 7 shots, they had 0 on target. We had 2 on target and scored from 1. The goal was a nicely built up, patient play, nice crisp passing, and then it was a lovely pass from Eze into the channel, into the side, and then Calafiori didn't give it up, slides in, hooks the ball back across the box, and then obviously Saka commits to get into that near post and gets his foot on it, and we win the game. It wasn't a robbery, but it wasn't a great performance. I don't think we're going to see many performances like this throughout the season. I'll be shocked if we do, because that means we haven't evolved our style, as Geek said. But if we're going off the 3 games, City, Coventry, Villa, this was our worst performance. So if we're going to go on a little run again, we've got Chelsea next, etc., and then start playing a bit more freely, because they will come at us, I presume, the way they've started the season. They like to play basketball, football, from what I've seen from their games and the long highlights, etc. So that plays into our hands, because then we can actually play quickly and into bigger spaces rather than tight rectangle going across their box. That's what it was, wasn't it? Really.
Okay, cool. I mean, for me, I was happy with the lineup. In terms of performances, I mean, Rare didn't do anything wrong. He had a good game. I think Mascara and Gabriel, really good, solid partnership at the back. Calafiori was Calafiori. I thought he put in a good performance. I was pretty happy with Rice and MLS in the midfield. Odegaard wasn't at his best in terms of the 2 previous games we've seen. In the first half in particular, and really across the 90. I know a lot of people in the Discord were calling Solis out as being poor. All 3 players were poor. For me, there was no real standout performer across the front 3. So Solis got hooked. Yeah, he got hooked because he was a new signing. He was on a yellow card. All 3 of them could have got hooked at half time, to be honest. It wasn't like Solis got hooked because Solis was drastically worse than Saka or Kai. They were all crap in the first half. We didn't look threatening at all. Now, in terms of that, I mean, in terms of the actual overall performance, I was actually really impressed with Aston Villa, in my opinion. Aston Villa tactically were absolutely brilliant. I said during the preview that they're not going to approach this game as gun ho. They are going to be so tight, and that's what they did. And they did very well at just suffocating the pitch and the spaces. And I think the combination of them being up for it and reducing the amount of space we had, combined with the fact that we weren't massively at the races, I think that's what gave for this type of a game. But the actual goal we scored was a beautiful move. I mean,
Yes, it was.
Mascara picked up the ball, played in Eze, broke the lines, played in Eze. Eze then played in Calafiori. He cut it back, and Saka was in the right position. His run was brilliant. So the actual play in isolation was fantastic. The problem is that we just didn't see enough of that.
Well said.
So yeah, do you know what I mean? But if you actually look. If you were looking at highlights now of a 2-3 minute game and you saw that, you'd be like, "Oh my god, we played amazing."
Yeah.
But in the context of a 90-minute game, we just never saw enough of that. But what that shows me is that we're capable of it. That is the intention. It's just we didn't see it enough in tonight's game. In terms of obviously players who came on, I mean, Bruno Guimaraes is just an absolute level raiser. And I love Lewis Skelly. And Lewis Skelly, for me, is definitely part of Arsenal's future.
Absolutely.
What Bruno Guimaraes coming on, in many ways, showed us not necessarily anything against MLS, but he came on and he showed something in the midfield that we just don't have. And the thing about Bruno Guimaraes is that he complements Rice so well, because everything Rice can do, anywhere you see shortcomings in Rice's game, Bruno Guimaraes ticks those boxes. And we looked so much more better, so much more of a threat when Bruno Guimaraes came on the pitch. So yeah, that was a massive plus. Konza slotted in like an absolute sock. Like it was almost as if like he's been playing at Arsenal for years.
He's quality.
When I saw Mascara go down injured, the one thing I thought was depth. People were talking about, why are we buying a defender before an attacker? Well, there you go. Mascara goes down injured. We don't know how long he's going to be out, and we've got a ready-made replacement to replace him. And think about it. Konza is replacing Saliba, and Saliba's replacement Mascara. That bit of business just shows you how important it was to get a Konza through the door, because if you didn't get Konza through the door, you've got a Salmon coming on away at Villa Park, or you've got a Marino playing at centre back. So that bit of business was absolutely brilliant, and I'm so glad that we ended up getting over the line. I mean, overall the performance was poor. It wasn't great, but at the same time, I'm not gonna do what I think a lot of fans have done tonight and gone, "Oh, we've gone back to default settings." I don't think that's necessarily true. I think we saw a performance against City that was very encouraging. We saw a performance against Coventry that was very encouraging. But as Harry did say in the Discord, going to Villa Park and getting the win and playing well is not easy. It isn't easy. And Emery tends to do very well against Arteta. And so I'm not gonna read too much into this, like coach referred to, someone like a Chelsea, they might, they're more likely to come out, they're more likely to play a bit more of a basketball game. And we know when teams come out against us, we are far more effective. So this isn't necessarily a reflection of the entire season. This is literally the third game of the season, and Villa Park and the second Premier League game of the season is not a nice place to go. And it doesn't matter who they've sold, who they've bought. It is a tough place to go. So that's my kind of thoughts on the game. I mean, let's talk. I mean, the only other thing I wanted to talk about is, and we've only got about 5 or 6 minutes, a little bit longer, is I can't help but feel like, as we kind of touched upon, and I kind of want to get your views. I mean, Gyökeres, third game in a row now with absolutely 0 minutes. I'm being honest. You know me, I'm always open-minded when it comes to the transfer window in terms of ins and outs. But I'm telling you now, I would not put my life on him not leaving the club tomorrow. And that's nothing to do with FT sources or any information we found out. But I look at that and I think to myself, you put it into context, you know, your summer signing of last summer, your big summer signing, you bagged 21 goals, regardless of what people think of him. We're 3 games into the season and he hasn't touched grass.
Yeah.
I mean, that if that doesn't raise an eyebrow, I mean, I don't know what does. So yeah, give me your thoughts on that, and if you want to kind of summarize your thoughts on Malik Fofana, a winger that we are heavily
linked to now. Yeah, Geeks, go for it, bro.
Go, bro.
Fofana, I watched the Lyon versus Fenerbahce.
Yes,
both games, and I've got to say he did stand out. You know, the way that he wants to attack his player is refreshing. He does look raw. He is.
Yeah, he is.
That's a very one second, Geeks. That's a very interesting quote in the Discord. Arteta was asked about Alvarez, and he said, "I don't know. That's for the people upstairs."
Yeah.
Interesting.
He doesn't normally say things like that, does he? He normally shuts things down.
That's for the people upstairs. Okay.
They chosen not to do it, mate, bro.
No, bro. What do you mean?
That's open to interpretation. That's very much open to interpretation. I think that's a conversation for when we finish the show. Sorry, Geeks, continue.
No, all good. So I was just going to say, Fofana, he was, he's bright, takes on his man, looks to beat his man. You know, the way that he moves and plays, I think Arsenal fans will like him.
Yeah,
he's not a ready-made insert.
Yeah, I agree. Plug and
play. But pay 30 to 40 million for him now. He could be, and he turns up and he develops. Could be 80 million in 2 years' time. Do you know what I mean? It's that sort of thing. What's the first part of your question? Sorry.
So what did you make of the fact that Gyökeres 3 games in a row and he hasn't touched grass?
Listen, Gyökeres, I just feel has been so wronged at Arsenal.
You don't feel sorry for him, yeah?
Yeah, I do, because there is things that he has to improve, right? But we knew the player we was going for. And for me, I wanted Sesko because I felt his ceiling was going to go that little bit further.
I think it's Dodds.
Yeah, I think it's Dodds.
Someone's got their TV on. Yeah, go on.
And then the way that he plays, and we don't feed the ball into him. His hold-up play needs to be more consistent. His ball out from the hold-up play needs to be better. But when it comes to what we actually want him for, which is to put the ball in the back of the net, 21 goals in a team that is not playing to your strengths in your debut season is respectable.
Yeah.
And I just feel like he's a better option than Kai in many respects of what we're trying to do. Particularly when you need to rile up a defender, or you want those wingers to get in front sometimes and drift and cut that ball in. The only thing that really annoys me about Gyökeres, for a man his size, he doesn't use it well in the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I feel like the writing's on the wall when you haven't gave him a single minute in 3 games. Either there's an issue there or there's an issue there. You know?
I think at the end of the day, look, even if he doesn't go tomorrow, I think by next summer he's done. He's getting his time's up. Coach, obviously you were quite opinionated, obviously, with regards Fofana. He's a player you rate. Why is it that you're happy if Arsenal do actually get that deal over the line?
I think he's like Geek said. I just follow on. I watched him. I watched both. I watched the home game, to be honest. Lyon Fenerbahce Champions League qualifier, which Fenerbahce won, and Guendouzi went on a mad one when he was celebrating at the end. But Fofana, touchline winger, he can cut inside. He's both-footed. He can go down the left and cut it off down into his left foot. He's very explosive, very fast. He clock speeds of between 34 and 35 kilometers an hour. That's on record. He's got 18 GA the season before last. He had a major ankle injury last year. A lot of people were talking about his injury record, but a lot of it's been sprained ankles, sprained knees.
Yeah.
So that's obviously because we have to look at that from a point of view of he's getting clattered a lot because he's very tidy, very close control. He's not like Barcola where he'll touch it and then he'll look to kick it past the man. He's got very tight control. He can absorb it. He's low center of gravity. He pushes his bum into the defenders to get that space if he's got his back to goal to bring people into play. He likes to play 1-2 touch football in triangles, give and goes, and he can spot a pass. If Calafiori is on the overlap, he will give him the ball, or he'll use him as a decoy and he'll drop his shoulder and he'll look to go inside and cross the ball or take a shot. And he's not scared to shoot with his left foot from outside the box as well, which I'm sure Geeks saw against Fenerbahce, and he's been doing that for a couple of seasons. He is raw, but I think he's a type of player where, given the right environment, the right team, he can step up a level this season and go into that potential bracket of a Barcola. He's not going to be an elite footballer this season, but he can get himself from a very good footballer to a potential world-class talent, which he is. That's what he's portrayed as being. He's played the same team as Cherki, so he's played with big players. He's played at Old Trafford, caused lots of problems for Manchester United last season in that famous Europa League 8-7, whatever it was, a couple of seasons ago, whenever it was. So listen, the kid's got talent. Is he the first choice? Obviously not. And I totally respect what Dodzy said earlier, just quickly.
Yeah.
We were going for Vinicius Jr. And now we ended up with Malik Fofana. But we have to look at it. If you look at their stature, they're very similar in how they stand in terms of frame. Very similar in terms of how they go on the outside and inside. He's a Belgian international, and I really do believe he will do well for Arsenal. Whether that means he's going to get 5-10 goals or 5-10 assists, God knows. But he's definitely an upgrade, with all due respect, to how Martinelli plays. This boy's skill set is a lot higher. He's got a higher ceiling in terms of a football player. So, and he'll track back. If you go watch his highlights, long highlights, not just 2-3 minutes, he'll do the defensive work as well.
Yeah, there's some interesting quotes coming out, really interesting.
What's going on?
Hand of Arsenal has just posted. Arteta said, "I don't know. I have been disconnected for the day to prepare for the game."
Yeah.
When asked about Julian Alvarez, we have the right people at the top to handle those things.
There you go.
Really interesting quotes. I mean, Arteta never. I mean, he's
being bullish.
He's not saying we've signed him. He's not saying that we're actively in for the player. But what he isn't saying is, I don't talk about players that are not mine. That type of thing.
That's what he normally does.
So this is interesting. I mean, Dodzy, you're not. Did you like that? You like that impression? You wasn't overwhelmed by the news of Malik Fofana. I mean, why is it that he doesn't really tick the boxes for you in terms of potential left winger incoming?
No, man, don't get me wrong. I think he's a very good youthful player. I think he can come in, and I want him to learn. I wanted a player like that to come in and learn from a phenomenal left winger.
Yeah,
right. So our left wing has been a problem for the last 3 years. We have not addressed the left wing for the last 3 years. It's like we're allergic to buying forwards, right? So, my issue is fine, right? Gyökeres, you scored. I mean, he scored 21, 22 goals last season, or goals and assists. I'm flabbergasted that he's not been used in the last 2 games. Right? That to me indicates that he's clearly not in favor with the manager, right? Now, I'm not saying use Gyökeres, because I think we need better, guys. We can sit here and we can play, high tune about our midfield. We can be happy about our defense, and rightfully so, because I think, bringing in Bruno has just been phenomenal. What a phenomenal signing. But guys, our forward line is wanky doodle, man. It's terrible. It's horrendous. Saka, one injury to Saka, right?
Onwards,
And
go.
I know Arish is going to come into the Discord and give us shit, but maybe we're just talking about what Arteta's seeing because he's not putting him on. Kai Havertz was cream cracking at 70
Oh,
minutes.
there he is. Arash.
There he is. Kai Havertz was cream cracking at 70 minutes, bro.
Mm.
And he still didn't bring him on. He brought Mikael Marino on, who's supposedly our third
Stinky
choice.
performance. Stinky performance.
Come on.
Right? So let's just deep that. So from my point, you say to me, Dodzy, Malik Fofana, mate, I think quality young player. Like I think he's such a good young player, and I think we should buy him. 100%. Fuck it, go and spend 40 million on him. Just go and do it. Just lay the money down and go, here you are, take it. Right? But I better be seeing something else happen tomorrow.
I was going to say,
I'm
if you're
telling
getting
you
him,
now.
Victor O, I would go for. That's
Mate,
who I would go for.
I'm just saying, I best be seeing Alvarez wearing a shirt by the end of that day tomorrow.
I'm not sure about this, guys. I've got the heebie-jeebies about this signing.
I don't even care. I don't even care if we go out and loan him for a season. Let's just loan him for a season.
That's that,
right?
Let's do a season loan.
And then we can flip it, and then they can have Gyökeres on loan for a season.
Dude, send Gyökeres to wherever Solis came from. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Like, I don't support Gyökeres Football Club. I support Arsenal Football Club. And if my manager thinks that Gyökeres is not good enough to play, then do you know what? I want to do that wave that I always put in where, Forrest Gump's waving going, see you later. Because I don't give a shit, man. Like, simple as that. You've got rid of Deadwood. Okay, great. But you've also got rid of a left winger who I didn't like. But in this game, he would have been useful. It's simple. It's not rocket science.
Do we really think that Martinelli would have made a difference? Let's be real. I like Martinelli. I know Geeks likes Martinelli. I love Martinelli as well. Do you know what I mean? But it's like,
Mahula
he's gone to Spurs. Spurs on loan. Yeah. Spurs on loan.
Mudryk, mate.
No, he's gone to Tottenham, mate.
I want to be hearing. Mudryk, bro.
Yeah.
But
he's gone on loan.
And my last thing I'm going to say on this is, okay, fine, Alvarez not going to happen, whatever. I don't see why that couldn't have happened. If we go to him and we said to him, mate, let's take you out of the situation. Let's bring you on a season-long loan.
Respectfully, he's not like as we start the Vinicius Junior thing. He'd rather stay in Spain.
Right.
Like we're going for players. We're going for high-level players here. So I'd rather keep going for those players, like Geeks has always said. And then if we get rejected, it's fine. But you have to aim high, right?
Yeah,
so
but
maybe maybe our pivots haven't been as good as they should have been, or have been efficient in terms of, right, let's pinpoint this person and go for him, right? But for me, it's like it's quite simple. Victor Gyökeres is not getting played because he could be part of a deal to go out of the club tomorrow, right? Victor Gyökeres didn't play the Champions League final when Havertz got fit midway near the end of the season. He hit the bench majority of the time. So he's going to be in a position where if the window was shut, I believe he comes on for the last 20 minutes for Havertz, right? That's going to be his role for the season. That's just a reality because he's not technically gifted enough to do all the other stuff that is required for an Arsenal number 9 to do, right? But I want a goal scorer. So if Bruno Guimaraes is playing like Geek said earlier, that is going to feed and play into Victor Gyökeres' strengths. So he still has a future at Arsenal Football Club. I think we're all being a little bit too reactionary in the sense of, just say, for example, the next week against Chelsea, if he doesn't get any minutes then I can say, what's going on here?
What, after he will definitely window shut?
Correct. After the window shuts, he will start getting his minutes because if he gets injured, he's an Arsenal player. If he gets injured tonight, and we do, and now Arteta goes onto the bus and speaks to Joshua and Garlic and the rest of the team, if they say, yeah, Alvarez is on, well done for not starting or putting on Gyökeres tonight, Okay, great. Fantastic. But I'm sure the club and Gyökeres and his agent have had this conversation, say, look, if Alvarez happens, they want you. Do you want to go there? He's probably said yes already. Are you? We're going to stick you on the bench, but we're not going to play you. You cool with that? Yes. Once that window shuts, you'll start getting your minutes again. You'll start against the lower sides, maybe, etc., etc., etc. Right? That's how it's going to go. I'm hoping that Gyökeres hits form in his second season and just carries on banging goals, so I don't see Havertz, to be quite honest with you.
Bro, I'll be honest with you.
Like, the guy misses too many chances for a team that's won the Premier League. He is worse than Andy Cole in front of goal. Andy Cole used to take 4 or 5 chances, but he was a killer as well.
What Arteta's done tonight has sent a message to the ownership. I'm telling you now.
I don't think it is, brother. Because at the end of the day, the club know
right, lads, you got a couple of minutes.
The club know, with 4 minutes left. The club knows what needs to be done, and they are trying to get it done. But if the third person in this whole party doesn't want to come to Arsenal, then it's not the club's fault, is it?
No, I get it, man. But
and then you got Victor Gyökeres. They're not happy with his wage demands. So unless they change their mind, and then Gyökeres, does he want to go to Galatasaray? I don't think so.
Bro, I'm telling you now, I'm holding back my crash out till tomorrow night, because I'm gonna go off tomorrow night. But
that's not a problem
if something doesn't happen. But what I will say is we've had 6 weeks to sort this out.
Yeah, of course we have. But we're waiting for Julian Alvarez, right? We all love Julian Alvarez. The club loves Julian Alvarez.
We do.
So if you want a big name, then you got to wait. Just like we waited for Vinicius Jr. and that never happened. But Morgan Rogers was not a big name. We moved on very quickly. Fact, right?
He's
waiting for a player that doesn't want you is not the way to go, though.
That's right, geeks. So that's up to the hierarchy and what they've selected. So after Julian Alvarez, who's the next person?
No, but
Victor
what I'm saying is, Coach,
they went there.
I'm saying is, what would Chelsea do? What would Chelsea do? I know I'm saying this, and you know how much I hate that club. But what would Chelsea do?
Want Alvarez?
Mate,
he said no to them. Man City have asked for Alvarez. He said no.
Listen, what I'm trying to say.
Arsenal are not the only ones that have said no.
Right. Listen to what I'm trying to say. Chelsea would have gone in there and said to Vinny Jr., "You have 5 days to make your mind up." Okay,
we've had this conversation. We know that.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Right. We would have gone to Alvarez and gone, "We're not waiting until the final day of the window, mate. Make your mind up." Oh, it's a no. Fine, move on. Let's go. Victor Osimhen.
Yeah.
What we're saying?
No, because the wages. We know that through our sources.
Mate, but they're willing to pay. But they're willing to pay people 480 grand a week. I mean, we're hearing.
Vinicius Jr.
is going to get paid 400 grand a week.
It would have been more. It would have been 600, including his image rights.
So let's do that. So
we know that.
Why do we not want to pay Victor Osimhen 350?
Because that's the valuation. That's what the valuation of the club is. We know this already. So we're going around in circles, aren't we?
I will leave my crash out till tomorrow night then.
No, and I'll say the same thing tomorrow, because the reality is what we want as fans, the club are going to stick to their mask. They're going to stick to their flag. They put it in the sand.
But then the club need to deep throat it when it goes wrong this season.
Of course.
Yeah,
of course they do. I'm not saying that. I'm not a supporter of. I want Arsenal to win every single match. I want play 38, win 38. I'm not here fucking trying to sugarcoat what the club are doing. I don't give a fuck about that. I give a shit about winning.
Yeah, I agree,
so
mate.
So whether we win 1-0 or 10-0, give me another fucking 37 1-0s. I want to win the league.
100%.
The reality is this football club.
Mad.
Yeah, it's gonna be. The reality is this football club are doing things potentially in the wrong way.
I think I'm busy.
That's it. You get me? So that's what it comes down to. Because we can all crash out, but the reality is, if we take a step back, they're running their business model in a totally different way to other clubs. So we can't compare it. Man City and Chelsea do things differently. Arsenal and Liverpool do things differently.
He said deep throat, innit?
I know. He did.
I know Big Ann had that went now. Pause.
Literally. But listen, this is all constructive. This is good, because these are the things that our Discord and fans around the world are talking about. Geeks, I've seen the comments when he writes, he's speaking about the same stuff. And I agree with all of you. Why are we going after a player that's fucking strung us along until the 31st of August? It does not make sense.
How does he integrate into our dressing room?
Bro, it's mad. It's fucking mad. Yeah?
Yeah.
But the reality is, go get me Fofana, and whatever happens after that is a fucking bonus, but it's unlikely.
Lads.
It's 45 minutes.
Order in the court. So 45 minutes.
And 23 seconds.
That brings the show to an end. Obviously, tomorrow night is the transfer window conclusion. So we will be on at some point in the evening. I don't know when in terms of times and stuff like that, but I'm sure we'll be on here at some point discussing it.
It'll be 8 o'clock onwards.
Whatever time it is, get your popcorn. Because it's going to be epic either way. Whether we get Alvarez and Fofana over the line.
Imagine if we get none.
Whether we're sitting there to say it, without no signings at all. But look, I've got school tomorrow, and it's the first day after 6 weeks. So if these lot want to stay here and
no, we call it.
We gotta go. So yeah, you know what? We will be back. Like I said, we will be back tomorrow at some point. I know that I've got working, and I've got a senior leadership meeting as well till about at least 6.
We'll do it when you get.
So
back.
I'm not gonna get home till about 7, maybe 7:30. But
we 8 o'clock onwards.
Yeah, we will put a show on at some point, and we will be here, and we will be chopping it up, whatever. So yeah, I mean,
my God,
what a match reaction. Yeah, that was mad still. But anyway, you know what, people?
I'm not even going to
go
you don't need to.
Where you can find us.
You know where you're going to find us here tomorrow.
You know where you can find us.
in a pub getting wrecked.
Yeah.
Absolutely
mental.
Oh, shit. You know, and look, we won a game of football tonight, and look how passionate we are getting about the transfer window. So it means a lot to us fans, but it's an absolute disgrace that we're leaving it this late, whether it's PR or not. If we get Alvarez tomorrow, I'm not going to celebrate because it's been played out for so long.
I will.
No, in the sense of it's been played out for so long. Like, what's there to celebrate?
Yeah. Like, I'm going to do the naked worm.
Jeez, like, great, like, amazing.
I hear it. But yeah, people, we're out, man. We're out. So
love you all, guys.
At the end of the day, Arsenal won a really tricky away game to Aston Villa, 1-0. So yeah, it doesn't feel like it, but you know what? Come on, you Gunners.